Thank you, thank you. Diamond, are you here? Are you here? Kofi, are you here? Ho, are you here? Ho, are you here? My Lord, they are disappointing you. They are there. But I think we all give it to Suzanne. Put yours together for Suzanne. There's protest backstage. I'll mention everybody, don't worry. Techiman Diocese, are you here? But I still love BA. Gosu, are you here? Is Gosu here? I've already mentioned Tamale. Is Jessica here? Is Jessica here? Is Jessica here? Is Second here? Takari, are you here? Is Techiman here? Is War Diocese here? Are you here? Are you here? Alright, I think I have done justice to everything. I'll hand over to my sister right now. Tamale, are you here? Inendi, are you here? Alright, we'll continue again. Thank you.
So before we go on, I want to do an acknowledgement, a very important one that we missed. How did it? So I want to introduce Mrs. Cecilia Kofi. Mrs. Cecilia Kofi, I know personally because I was a mass server in Christ the King. I know also that she's a patroness of the youth because I saw her very, very active. And the national president of the youth also. So she's also a chairperson of DOMO. So Mrs. Cecilia Kofi, thank you very much for coming. The national president of Sacred Heart of Jesus. Sorry, Sacred Heart of Jesus. Her tenure is over, unfortunately. All right, so we want to move on. When my brother was talking, he said, we are organizing World Youth Day here in Ghana. So it's not just about we the Catholics, but we also have representatives from all the other Christian groups, knowing that we the Catholic Church, we are the mother of all churches, whether they like it or not. I think so. So we have some representatives from our other Christian councils. To represent the Methodist Church is Alexander Ni Odantelante, and we want to hear something from him. Mr. Alexander Ni Odantelante.
Good morning. My Lord Bishops, Mr. Chairman, I bring you warm greetings from the Connectional Methodist Youth Fellowship. I'm very privileged and honored to be part of this program. The Methodist Youth Fellowship, we are also celebrating our youth conference today in Kumasi. Yes. So we are aligning with you in spirit. Mr. Chairman, your team, Don't Be Afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God, is timely and appropriate. The Methodist Church is focusing on evangelism, capacity building, and youth development through discipleship and stewardship. Linking the two themes gives me an assurance that the youth must go all out to evangelize, develop, and then serve as leaders for the future. And this we can do without fear. As we seek to develop our thinking faculties, consolidating our gains, and strategizing for the future, we must ask ourselves as young people, what opportunities exist for us in the church and corporate Ghana? How do we learn and strategize to fit in? What lessons have we learned and how do we refine our skills to perform better? And then finally, how do we affect and change society with our godly attributes and scriptural holiness? I would like to quote from Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "This is not the time for us to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism or engage in the luxury of cooling off. What we must do now is to embrace the fierce urgency of now." And so we are with you in spirit. We are telling the world that this is our time. And definitely we shall make the change as future leaders of Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very, very much. It tells us that we are all aligned and we are worshiping one true God. Thank you. So we also have a representative for the Presbyterian Church, who is in the person of Mr. Alfred Appiah. Mr. Alfred Appiah.
Thank you. May the peace of the Lord be with you. Amen. Mr. Chairman, my Lord Bishops, Reverend Fathers gathered, invited guests, fellow youths, I feel much ecstatic to be part of this August gathering. From the Presbyterian Church of Ghana and from the national seat of the Young People's Guild of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, I bring you warm felicitations. It is indeed highly commendable to have such great number of youth gathering within this period, and for that, we are all glad to partake and celebrate with you. I have no doubt at all that we will be highly motivated in the course of this convention to push ourselves to the limit to leave a lasting legacy behind. It is my greatest desire that in some years to come, the next generation should celebrate us for what we achieved, but not just talk about us for what we could have done but couldn't do. The theme for this celebration, which is "Don't be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God," Luke 1:30, clearly indicates that God's favor can extend to anyone irrespective of your jurisdictions or social status. Most of us youth, if not all, are faced with challenging issues daily. Issues of unemployment, educational problems, drug abuse, and what have you. In this sense, in the presence of this, we tend to have a series of questions on our heads that at times we don't get answers to. At times, the magnitude of the issues scare us to the core, thereby limiting us in our quest to live for God and achieving greatness. Let us take solace from this test, believing that no matter the trials or challenging moments we face, we have favor with God. For us to achieve the feat we so much desire, we need an undying spirit of determination and diligence, coupled with an absolute dependence on God. Let us demonstrate an attitude devoid of pride and self-centeredness. Let us remain resolute and never be swayed by the currents of world pleasures and satisfaction. Wherever we find ourselves, we youth, we have to be committed and disciplined to face the future, not succumbing to worldly pressures to compromise our convictions. Never forget that we have physical hungers, emotional hungers, spiritual hungers, intellectual hungers, and relational hungers. If we don't learn to control our appetite in the quest of satisfying these hungers, we may put our lives in dangerous situation to jeopardize our future. We need to make wise choices. I conclude, Mr. Chairman, by admonishing all youth present here that we all have to tap the capacity in us to achieve greatness. Never look down on yourself. Never give up. If we can rise and take action, I am sure much could be done for posterity, and we will live to relish those moments and never regret. Without fear or favor, let us stand boldly for a worldly cause. God is always there to help us. Amen. God bless you.
Thank you very, very, very much. So we are glad to have all these goodwill messages, and so we thank all the representatives for coming to be with us today. We also want to welcome Reverend Monsignor Abua Kwansa, Vicar General of Second Accra Diocese. Thank you for coming to be with us. Thank you. Soyez le bienvenu. You're welcome. Okay, so we move on to a message